and welcome to What I Read in May. I'm Kenna, for those of you who don't know me, and I read quite a bit in May. For me personally, it was a lot. For some people, it might not be a lot, but I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I read 10 books. That's a lot. So here is my wrap up, my monthly wrap up. My first time doing it. I don't know, it's fun. Okay, the first thing that I read was The Mistake by Elle Kennedy, and I think I gave it a 4. I think like a 3.54. No, this one was a 4. And then I read The Score, which was a 3.5. Didn't love it as much. So far in this series, Logan is my favorite. He is my favorite. I love him. I don't know if I'm going to continue with the series because I kind of got tired of it. I'm not really invested in Tucker. What's the saying about weddings? Speak now or forever hold your peace, if I should continue reading it. But I don't think I'm going to. Then, because I needed a more serious book, no, that's not a serious book, but I needed something more intellectually stimulating, I guess we'll say. I read The Devil in the White City by Erik Larson. It's basically about the first American serial killer, H.H. Holmes, but even more than that, it's about the Chicago World Fair. I went into it thinking that it was about H.H. Holmes, but only like 1/3 of it is about H.H. Holmes. The rest of it is about the Chicago World Fair and like the architect for the Chicago World Fair, or the World's Fair at Chicago. You know, after reading this, I should know. I gave 4 stars. I thought it was really good. It just was not, I was just not ready for it. Yeah, 4 stars. It was good. If you're looking for a nonfiction, I also didn't know it was nonfiction. If you're looking for a nonfiction, but you hate reading nonfiction, read this. I hate nonfiction, but I was so entertained the whole time. It like doesn't feel like nonfiction. Like it's told novel style. 4 stars. Then I read The Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy, all 3 of them, over the course of like 3 days because they were so easy, and I read them on my phone, so I don't have them. Yeah, I literally was just scrolling through that so fast right on the beach instead of hanging out with my friends, and it was fine. I think I gave them 4 stars each. I liked them. I thought they were good. If I was in middle school when I read them, or like really early high school, I know they would have been 5 stars. But because I'm 20 years old, they weren't. But I objectively thought that they were good. Yeah. Then I read 2 books in the Twisted Love series. I read Twisted Love and Twisted Games. I like Twisted Love better, but I did like Twisted Games. And I started Twisted Hate, but like, again, I need to break up like my romances with other stuff, otherwise I like don't want to read them because I'm like, okay, like I get tired of them if I just read romance. I liked them. I think I gave them both 4 stars. I think my standards for 5 stars has like gone up here, because I used to be like 5 stars, and you get 5 stars, and you get 5 stars, and I haven't given a book 5 stars in like 3 months, maybe more. Like, I don't know if it's it's probably a me problem, but like, I don't know where I draw the line. Like, what is 5 stars and what is not? I kind of do, because I did just give a book 5 stars, but technically I finished it in April. June. The month after May is June. Technically I finished it in June, but I started reading it in May. And I did give it 5 stars. And it was The Book Thief. It made me cry. Tangent. I gave them 4 stars. I thought that they were good. By Ana Huang. Twisted Love and Twisted Games. They were good. Enemies to Lovers, which is my favorite. If you slap Enemies to Lovers on the back of any book, I will pick it up. It's just the best trope, period. And since it's so like wide, then within it you can do like, oh, they're enemies but they have to fake date, or like They have to, you know, what's it called? Forced proximity. But enemies to lovers, done. Friends to lovers, I really am not the biggest fan of. In my real life, I love friends to lovers. In my reading life, enemies to lovers is the best way to go. I will never get enough of it. Except for when I have to read it like 5 books in a row. Then I picked up Loki, Where Mischief Lies, by Mackenzie Lee, because I've been trying to get through all the books that I've had on my physical TBR for years and years. I've been trying to like read them and get through them so that I can finally feel some semblance of peace. And I started with Loki, and it was really good. It takes place before any of the like Marvel movies take place, and the author like did her research on the Norse mythology Loki, and I could just tell because I know a little bit about Norse mythology Loki. So I was like, oh, I see what she did there. That's so good. And it was so, you know, if you were looking for a good middle grade Pride Month book, read this one. There's also little good gay moments. Yeah, so if you're looking for a good Pride Month book that's middle grade and you like Marvel, Loki by Mackenzie Lee is for you. And I did like it. I loved like the story and the characters. I thought it was cute. Like I thought it was good. I thought it was well done. And it did okay. She did a really good job of making him a very understandable villain. Like this is his villain origin story, and you read it and you're like, oh, he should be a villain. Like you just get it. You get it. I think I gave that 4 stars. Apparently I just love giving out 4 stars left and right. Then I read From Luca with Love by Mariana Zapata, and it's my first Mariana Zapata book. I've always wanted to read one of hers, and I wish I would have picked it up sooner. That's all I can say. I gave it 5 stars, actually. I think 4.5. 5 stars. And it was just so good. She does slow burn so well. Like, it was probably the longest romance book I've read, but it didn't feel like that. It felt like a normal length. Like, it was so good. The development of the relationship was just beautiful. It's sort of enemies to lovers, but it's more like enemies to friends to lovers, which is still good. Still good. As long as they keep the banter. That's what's most important to me with an enemies to lovers. It's if they become lovers and then it's like they were never enemies. That frustrates me because all the like enemy chemistry that they had is just gone. And it's like, okay, well now what do they have in common? Now what? Like, it feels so empty to me. So they kept a good, you know, banter relationship still going, which I really liked. From Luca with Love, Mariana Zapata, 4.5/5 stars. I think that was all 10. That was it, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Am I missing something? This looks like a really sad stack, but I swear I read 10. That's all for May. I'll be back with a book haul soon.